Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and today's reading is going to be looking into the question, what do they want to say? So we're going to take a look at your person and what it is that they would want to tell you about yourself, the connection, etc., if they were being totally truthful and honest. So let's go ahead and get into some disclaimers. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so some messages may apply to you while other messages may not. If something feels like it's not resonating with your certain specific situation, just release it and let it go. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, and do not allow it to get you upset. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a great way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own personal situation. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our deck selection. So we're going to be working with 3 decks for this reading. For deck or pile number 1, we're working with the Tarot of the Divine and some Bumblebee Jasper. For deck or pile number 2, we are working with the Ocean Tarot and some Labradorite. For deck or pile number 3, we're going to be working with the NYC Tarot deck and some Black Moonstone. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person and what they want to say to you. Go ahead and select the deck or the crystal you feel most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box to locate the timestamp that will take you to your chosen pile. See you there? Hey, pile 1, if you guys picked out this Bumblebee Jasper with the Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be a reading. We're going to be looking at what your person wants to say to you. So I'm going to start with an oracle deck where we're going to look to see where your person currently stands with regard to this connection, just so we can understand maybe some of the context behind why they want to say whatever it is they want to say. So for pile number 1, I'm already starting to feel kind of like an anxious feeling or an uncomfortable feeling in the pit of my stomach. So we'll see if this factors into anything with your person, but let's see. Where does their person currently stand with regard to this connection? Where does pile 1's person currently stand with regard to their connection with pile 1? We have finances. We have some stress over finances right now. Let's see what else. We also have secret crush. I feel that this person actually gets really excited whenever you guys text them. They are physically attracted to you as well. But I do think there's this undertone of excitement whenever they do hear from you. So take that as it resonates. But what I feel right now, overall energy, is that your person is sort of in a place where they're watching you from the sidelines. They do have a crush. They are kind of keeping their feelings to themselves, obviously. But I feel like a huge part of the problem here is finances. And I think that uncomfortable feeling that I was getting in the pit of my stomach as I was shuffling kind of has to do with both of these things combined. I feel like your person is in a place where they may not feel like they're in a good space to really be able to provide you with the type of attention that you require. They may really pride themselves on being financially successful as well. And if something about their work isn't going the way they want it to go, they may not feel like somebody who wants to pursue a romantic relationship per se. But I also think that they're uncomfortable about like revealing how they feel about you as well. There's some fear around being vulnerable and coming out of the shadows, so to speak, and telling you how they feel. So let's go ahead and jump right into the tarot. So you guys are working here, or we're working here with the Tarot of the Divine. So I want to start by asking, what does your person want to say about their current position in this connection? What do they want to say about themselves right now? What would they tell you about themselves right now? The Wheel of Fortune. What would they say about your connection? What would they say about your connection? We have the 5 of Swords. And what would they say about you, my viewer? What does their person want to say about you, my viewer? We have the 7 of Swords. We have a Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of swords energy here. So there could be something that this person is wanting to communicate. But I also think that with the Knight of Swords, this person is somebody that comes through as being really ambitious, driven, motivated. We do have a lot of air energy here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person could simply just be somebody who's more coming at this connection from a mental, logical sort of perspective versus a vulnerable heart space kind of perspective. Let's take a look. Where does this person stand? And I continue to get that uncomfortable feeling in the pit of my stomach. So there's something about you in this connection that feels a little bit outside of their comfort zone. Ooh. All right. We have support. Lean on your inner support during this time. I do feel that this person is going through some financial hardship. They might be leaning on friends or family to kind of support them during this time. I also think for some of you, this person may perceive you as being really supportive. So let's take a look. So with this Wheel of Fortune, what I feel like your person would tell you about themselves is that there's a lot of maybe ups and downs going on in their life right now. And taking a look here at this card, it's almost like the figure here is kind of caught in a web. Do you see this? And your person might actually be telling you that they feel a little bit trapped in their life right now, like they're stuck with something. This person may feel a little bit out of control of their own circumstances during this time as well. The Wheel of Fortune is a lot of times when the universe just kind of throws us a curveball, and it can be something that's a really great curveball or something that's kind of like an unexpected curveball where we're like, whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen, and now I have to plan. So it's almost like this person would tell you that they've been going through a series of unexpected events in their life that have kept them kind of stuck or trapped. And they may feel like they don't have enough, you notice how there's a lot of arms and legs here. It's like they don't have enough hands, quote unquote, to spread the energy. Meaning that I think it's hard for them to extend energy to you in certain circumstances because they feel spread really thin right now. So let's clarify. What does this person want to tell them? What does our person want to say with this Wheel of Fortune? I don't want to let you go. So they are in a place where even though there is this energy of them being stuck, being afraid to come forward, and having a lot going on externally to this connection, they are still energetically holding on to you. This person, I don't think, has quite given up hope just yet. This person, for some of you, I think might also be in a place where they're kind of deciding on if they want to take the risk to come forward, only because of the fact that I was getting that really uncomfortable feeling. So I think for those of you that this person could be pondering coming forward, they feel very nervous about that. So let's clarify this Five of Swords for how do they feel about this connection? What would they say about this connection? What their person say about this connection with this Five of Swords? I don't know what comes next. So there's definitely a fear. I mean, all of these cards are giving me a little bit of fearful energy here. A lot of energy of kind of being in their head. With the Five of Swords, I think that this person would say that there has been some certain uncertainty with regard to this connection. This person, I think, really struggles with being vulnerable and letting you know how they feel. I think that this person has probably approached this connection in a manner of never letting you see how they truly feel or telling you what they truly think about things because they are afraid of kind of letting you have the upper hand, if that makes sense. So even though they're harboring these secret feelings for you and they are kind of maybe obsessing a little bit over the future and what they want to do, a lot of it is feeling like self-sabotage, where they are self-sabotaging this connection through their lack of vulnerability and honesty about what they want. Now, for some of you, I do feel like this Five of Swords can be talking about conflict in this connection as well. Maybe the two of you have had fights in this relationship in the past, or maybe this is kind of both your energy, where this person would tell you that, you know, it feels like both of you are sort of trying to one up the other or get the upper hand on the other. And it's all kind of stemming from this lack of confidence to really just speak your truth. Okay, I think you guys both might struggle with this, you and this person. Now, what they would say about you is the Seven of Swords. So this person may actually feel like you kind of disappeared on them, that you might have ghosted them for some of you, that you might have been avoiding them, is what they would say. I also think for some of you, again, like this person is afraid of you for some reason. Something about this connection, they find it to be really intimidating. They find it to be really scary. They are afraid. They're kind of afraid of you for some reason. So let's clarify. What would pile one's person say about them? What would pile one's person say about my viewer? Oh yeah, we have you let me down. I am not over you. So they're definitely not willing to let this go just yet. They're not over it yet. But there is something that they feel a little bit disappointed in you about. And I do feel for some of you guys that you might have sort of abandoned this connection or ghosted or sort of distanced yourself from this person without maybe telling them why you were doing it or what you were planning on doing. From their perspective, they feel like disappointed with this behavior. I wonder if for a lot of you guys, this person really heavily relied on you as a support system, and they weren't really expecting you to make a move like that. And a lot of you, I'm sure, probably made this move for good reason, right? Like you probably had your reasons for distancing yourself or for avoiding communicating or avoiding telling the truth about something to this person. But, you know, they're disappointed in the way that they perceive you have sort of distanced yourself here. Okay, so let's continue. We're going to get a few more cards. What does this person want to say? Let's get some clarifiers for pile one. What do they want to say? Secrets coming to light. So there's something that I keep feeling like for some of you guys, this person is considering coming forward and telling you what's up, like telling them how they really feel about you, maybe confiding in you about whatever these life circumstances have been that have sort of kept them stuck and unable to maybe approach you in the right way. They are contemplating taking this risk to tell you their secrets, okay? So let's see what else. What do they want to say to pile one? Take the hint. This person, I think, feels like they've been dropping hints towards you. With that Five of Swords, it makes a lot of sense because the Five of Swords is passive-aggressive communication at times where, like, we kind of beat around the bush or we don't really say exactly what we mean. We say what we need to say in order to protect ourselves in the moment. So there's something that I feel this person feels like they've been communicating to you either verbally or through their actions. So let's continue. What do they want to say for pile one? Truthful and honest. So I think something that might have disappointed this person, oddly enough, is maybe they are perceiving that you did not tell the truth to them about something, whether it's you didn't tell the truth about your feelings or the way that you carried yourself. This person may have felt that like it was not truthful and honest with that Seven of Swords being there. They want honesty from you, but I think that they really struggle to communicate clearly and honestly themselves, if I'm going to be honest, about what I see here. It feels like two people that are both like beating around the bush and just not being clear about what they want because they're afraid of getting hurt. But yeah, I definitely feel that this person, they want to come forward and talk to you eventually. So let's see, pile one. We're going to close it out with a couple of these little love block cards. So I want to see, like, what is blocking this person? I feel like we kind of already got this, but I want to see what else comes up. So, like, what's potentially blocking this person from speaking up? We have comparison. Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are. I think this person may have been potentially comparing you to someone from their past, or maybe they've been comparing you to your past self. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a history with this person and they've known you for a long time, I'm sure that you're somebody who's changed and evolved with time. And I do feel for some of you, this person might be kind of comparing who you are now to what they knew of you in the past for some. Either way, there is a need to see you for who you are clearly. I'm also getting for some of you that this person may be feeling like they have to compete with you. Five of Swords isn't necessarily competition. I guess it could be competition, but it's like they might be kind of, especially with finances coming up here, this person may feel intimidated by your financial standing in life, maybe feeling like they have to be at a certain level in order to come forward and really connect with you in a romantic sense. Let's see. I want to get one for you, my viewer. So let's see. What does pile one, my viewer, need to know about how they're kind of showing up in this connection? Ooh. Okay. We have not talking. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Oh my gosh, that's so funny because that's literally been the theme of this entire reading, you guys. The Seven of Swords is self-sabotage energy as well. Like, if you have been avoiding telling your truth, if you've been also kind of secretly like watching this person and not stepping up and telling them how you feel or communicating what your needs are, you know, that's blocking this connection from really being able to move forward. Let's see. Let's get one more for pile number one. The Seven of Swords does not like to communicate. The Seven of Swords is secrecy. It's avoiding communication. It's moving in silence. So what else does pile one need to know about this connection in general as we close it out? We have rushing. You can't hurry love. The right one is coming in perfect divine timing. So this is a situation where I think it's going to be important to just like release it, let it go in a sense, like, and don't worry so much about like the pace or like when is something going to happen, how long is it going to take. I think regardless of whether or not you guys end up with this person or not, like the card is saying the right one is coming in perfect divine timing. So it could be this person, it could be someone else out there for you, but don't feel like there should be any sense of urgency, I guess is what I'm saying, to feel like you need to do something or move something forward really quickly in this particular situation. It just feels like both of you guys kind of have a lot of work to do and healing to do around like communication and being vulnerable with each other. So pile one, very interesting reading. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments how you feel like it resonates with your situation with your person. So drop me a comment down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you will be updated when I post the next video, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey pile two, if you guys picked out this Labradorite heart, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be looking at what your person wants to say to you. So I'm going to begin your reading by looking at their current position with regard to this connection, just so we can kind of see where they stand energetically. This is going to help us to kind of better understand the context behind why they may want to say what they're saying. So for pile number two, where does their person currently stand with regard to their connection? Where does pile two's person currently stand with regard to this connection? We have party flying out of the deck. Where does pile two's person currently stand with regard to their connection? We have text message. And we do have soulmate at the bottom of the deck. So I definitely feel like this person would tell you that they feel a strong pull to you. They do feel a draw to you with the soulmate energy here. We're also, I'm also seeing the family card here at the bottom of the deck. You know, so this person may see you as somebody who is like a deeper level of connection or someone they're very familiar and comfortable with. You guys may literally share a family with this person or, you know, share some sort of communal or community energy, I guess, with this person. But I do think that this person might be riding the fence a little bit here with between the lines coming up where they feel this connection with you. They have this strong pull toward you. They do see you as someone who is family to them or someone that they could see themselves building a family with. But this person kind of seems to be in a little bit of a party phase in their life right now. So they are in a very fun, loving, kind of casual energy. This person may enjoy drinking. This person may like to smoke for some of you guys. I'm also seeing this is like a New Year's setting. So something about a New Year's Eve party or New Year's could be significant to this connection. I think that when this person communicates with you via text, they do really like feel happy hearing from you. Like your messages do bring a smile to their face. This person, for some of you, may actually want to reach out to you as I'm recording this reading. This energy may be, they've either recently read a text from you and they want to respond, or they're getting ready to write you a text. There's something here about communication, but it's more casual communication. So let's just hop right into your tarot. So let's see what this person would tell you about themselves and their current energy with regard to this connection. So what does pile two's person want to say about themselves? Oh, hold on. What does pile two's person want to say to my viewer about themselves and their own energy at this time? We have the Ace of Wands. What does this person want to say about this connection? We have the Eight of Wands. What does this person want to say about my pile two viewer? We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of scattered energy here. We do have a Three of Wands popping up at the bottom of the deck. So this person could be long distance from you as well. There could be some type of separation at play here where you guys aren't necessarily always together in close proximity to one another. Let's see. I'm going to expand on these in a moment, but I want to get a few more cards out on the table. So what would pile two's person say? Where do they currently stand energetically with regard to this connection? Where does pile two's person currently stand with regard to this connection? We have stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. So I think when this person thinks like long term, which is why they are associating you with family energy, with the Three of Wands, I think when they think about the long term of this connection, the future of their connection with you, I do think that they see you as somebody who they can build something stable and solid with. You provide them with some semblance of stability, or they're looking for some type of stable energy from you. So let's go ahead. I want to get right into the message cards and we'll kind of go through. Oh my goodness, you guys. I keep dropping everything in your reading. I'm super clumsy. Maybe your person is clumsy. Okay. So let's see. For pile number 2, what does their person want to say with this Ace of Wands about themselves? I hide my feelings. I find you so attractive. Yeah, I mean, the Ace of Wands is definitely like a card that can talk a lot about physical attraction. So I do think that this person would tell you that they feel very like physically attracted to you. I think they're very excited when they think about you. I think that they're like turned on by you, but this is definitely something that they are suppressing, or they feel like they're trying to suppress to an extent. I'm getting like a vision of the Strength card right now. So, you know, I think they feel a lot of excitement about you. I think that they feel a lot of passionate energy. I feel like this person would say that they kind of see this situation as like a new beginning for them, in a sense, something that they feel really inspired to, and passionate and excited about. I know this is kind of supposed to be how they are viewing themselves in the context of the situation, but I'm getting more energy about how they are feeling about you, or what they'd want to say to you. They feel excited is what they would say. I also think this person would tell you that they are in a place in their life where they are having a lot of fun right now. So even though they feel chemistry with you, even though they are physically attracted to you, even though they do get excited about you, I do think this person is also just excited about this phase of their life in general, where they get to like go out and party and just like have fun. And they may be associating you with fun as well. Like maybe you guys party and like hang out together and do stuff. And whenever you guys are doing this, if you do this with them, they are very excited about it, and they are kind of suppressing how they feel. Like this person, when you text them, they smile. They're happy to hear from you, you know? So I want to see what they would tell you about this connection. So what do they want to say about the connection that you share with them at this time with the Eight of Wands? I have trouble with intimacy. So I think this person would tell you that they feel like this relationship is moving really fast. I think this person would also tell you that if you perceive them as being kind of like in and out, or kind of like they sort of rush around you and they're not always available to you in the way that you would like, part of the reason why is because they have trouble with slowing down and getting deep with people. We have I'm recovering at the bottom of the deck. So again, I was getting this person likes to drink or smoke, or they may have some sort of addiction energy, or maybe recovering from a past breakup or something right now, which is also maybe impacting the way that they're moving in this connection. With the Eight of Wands, this is like whirlwind romance energy too. This is when someone just wants to jump right into something really quickly. They want to get physically intimate really quickly. You know, it's like they're excited about the connection and they're moving really fast. But a lot of this energy is due to the fact that, like, you know, they're just following their wand, you know, versus really slowing down and like understanding whether or not the both of you are really truly compatible with each other. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to the Seven of Cups. What would this person tell you about you? What do they want to say about you, pile two? What does their person want to say about my pile two viewers with the Seven of Cups? Okay. I feel the sexual tension. Yeah. So there's a lot of, they would definitely express to you how they feel physically attracted to you, 100%. I would say that this person, what they would say about you is that they feel a bit confused about you and what it is that you ultimately want from this situation. I think part of the issue is that this person might need to kind of like slow down a little bit and just kind of like relax. But with the Seven of Cups, this kind of indicates a dreamy energy where they are kind of like daydreaming about you, or they may feel like you're kind of a daydreamy type of person as well. But they feel like confused about where this is really going and what it is that you ultimately want out of them. I do think this person also would say that they may think that you have a lot of options. Yeah, they may think that you actually have a lot of options, or that your energy is a little bit scattered when it comes to them as well. Because they're desiring stability. Even though I don't feel like this person is really that stable in their energy, they're very fast-paced. We have a lot of fiery wand energy, Leo, Sag, Aries. there's a lot of like physical, passionate energy that they're coming through this reading with. I don't see them as being particularly stable, but they want to feel like you're stable, if that makes sense. And with the Seven of Cups, this is kind of the opposite of stability. This is when somebody is like spread really thin. Maybe they have a lot of competing priorities. They have a lot of options or choices in front of them. And they're wondering, because they feel that your energy is scattered, I think that they are curious about how you feel, or they're confused about how you feel about them. I think also this person could potentially tell you, well, I don't think so, because this is what they would say about you. So let's just see what else comes through. I have to tell you guys, like, as I'm channeling their energy, I feel like I'm moving really fast through this reading. Like, I can barely, like, slow down to interpret the thoughts that are coming to me. So I'm definitely picking up that this person is a fast mover. All right, so what does their person want to say to them? Tell us a little bit more with this Ace of Wands. Cycle on repeat. So this is kind of like, from their perspective, whatever you guys have had going on here, it's like kind of the same thing all over again. I would also say, if this is, for some of you guys, if this is like a new situation, because the Ace of Wands can be new energy, but I think that this person, the way that they're behaving, even though they're excited about you and they may perceive you as being new, it's still a repeated pattern of behavior that they've engaged in with others in the past, okay? Let's see what else they would tell you. Friends with benefits at most. So it's like, I think that this person, like the way that I'm channeling their energy, this is a person who's really not like ready for these things yet. That's why we have this between the lines energy underneath it all, right? They think they want something stable. They feel really passionate about you. They feel really passionate about this connection. And that therefore, this is why they believe you are a soulmate, or they're kind of swept up in this idea of you being someone they could build a long-term relationship with. But their energy is showing me that they're not actually ready for this, and I don't think that they realize it. I think that they're confusing passion and chemistry and physical attraction for like soulmate energy, or like, oh, this is the one. Does that make sense? So like when it comes to this connection, what they're ultimately really ready for is to hook up, like friends with benefits energy. And it's because they still need to work through some issues here with intimacy and kind of slowing down, properly getting to know someone. All right, let's get one more. What do they want to say to pile 2? Baby steps. So they might actually feel like you're kind of slow, and that's where they're getting this confusing energy from, or scattered energy from. I feel like you, my viewer, are kind of just in a place where you're probably trying to like, maybe you are trying to take things slow. This person perceives you as someone that's taking baby steps. And I think it's causing them to feel confused because they're ready to kind of just like jump right in with you. And maybe with you taking those baby steps, it's making them kind of question their worth, or question, are they really as into me? Is pile 2 really as into me as I'm into them? Because they're moving so slow and I want to go so fast right now. So let's take a look, pile 2, and see what is potentially blocking your person from expressing how they really feel. Let's see. We have unavailable. You are chasing someone unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. So there's some level of emotional unavailability here, which I think makes a lot of sense, you know, based off of a lot of the different energies that we've seen here. This person might be chasing after you. They might be kind of drawn to, if you guys are kind of resonating with the message of moving slow or taking baby steps, you're not really necessarily reciprocating the same intensity of energy that this person is giving to you. They may, they're like ignited by someone that's a little bit emotionally unavailable, if that makes sense. Not saying you guys are. This person, again, like the card says, could also be a runner too. Either way, it's like something about being emotionally unavailable. What about for you, my viewer, for pile number 2? What do you guys need to be aware of about your own energy with regard to this connection? We have being a victim. This says you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. So I think this is about like taking off the blindfold to the situation and just really seeing it for what it truthfully is. You guys also did pick a labradorite crystal, which is going to be really great for the third eye. Third eye is going to be all about seeing things clearly, right? Seeing the truth of what it is and accepting the truth for what it is instead of seeing what you want to see. 7 of Cups energy can be like, it's fantasy energy. It's like when we're not necessarily seeing the situation realistically. We're caught up in the fantasizing about it or the romanticizing of it, the rose-colored glasses of it all. So I think that there's a need for you, my viewer, to potentially take off the blindfold, unblock your third eye metaphorically, and just kind of see the situation for what it really is versus what you could be dreaming of it to be. So let's just grab one more to close it out for pile 2. What else does pile 2 need to know about this connection as we close out the reading? Oh my goodness. We have too soon. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. This makes perfect sense, you guys. This whole reading, I feel like your person has come through as somebody that moves way too fast. You know, they're more ignited by like the fun and the excitement and the passion and the physical intimacy of it all versus like wanting to take things slow and properly get to know you. And taking things slow doesn't mean like you have to move at like a glacial pace. It just means that you need to pace it out a little bit. This could be a lesson for some of my viewers of pile 2 about like not allowing somebody to be so into their space, treating someone like they're this like significant committed relationship before they've actually shown you that they're deserving of that, right? Before you've really properly gotten to know somebody. Because everything here feels very like whirlwind romance to me. And a lot of times, unfortunately, with the whirlwind romances, even though they feel really exciting in the moment, they tend to burn out and fizzle out really quickly, almost as soon as they start, because as you sort of continue on the journey of getting to know each other, you start to see certain things in the other person that you don't really like or you don't feel compatible with, and that excitement slowly wears off, right? So pile 2, this was a very interesting reading. I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel like it resonates with you and your person and the situation at hand. So drop me a note below with your feedback. If you're not already, definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you guys will be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, pile 3, if you guys picked out the Black Moonstone Crystal with the NYC Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading, and we're going to be looking at what does your person want to say to you. So I want to kick off your reading first by channeling your person's current position with regard to this connection, just so we can kind of see where they stand energetically with things. And this will sort of help us to better interpret the context behind whatever it is they want to say to you. So for pile 3, where does their person currently stand with regard to the connection with my pile 3 viewers? We have liquid courage. Reconciliation. Okay. This person is thinking about reconciliation with you. They're thinking about coming back together with you. So it seems like for this group, most of you guys are probably in separation. But I think that they are relying on maybe alcohol or some sort of substances to sort of help them to muster up the courage to propose this to you. I'm also getting for some of you guys that if that's not the case, I think that whenever you do reconnect with this person, they might behave in a way that they're wanting to behave towards you driven by needing liquid courage to do whatever they want to do, to pull whatever move they may want to make, okay? Let's see. I want to pull one of these next, and then we'll get into the tarot. So where does pile 3's person currently stand with regard to this connection? Where do they stand with this connection? Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. I just wonder if like the alcohol is what makes this person feel safe to say whatever they want to say or do whatever it is that they want to do here. So they're definitely, I think, a little nervous about putting themselves out there and being vulnerable around you. Hence, you know, why they need the liquid courage. So what does pile 3's person want to say about themselves with this reconciliation and liquid courage energy? What do they want to tell my viewers for pile 3 about where they currently stand about themselves? We have an 8 of Wands. What does this person want to say about this connection with pile 3? Ooh, we have a 3 of Swords. We also had a Queen of Swords fly out of the deck. And what does this person want to say about my viewer for pile 3? The Knight of Cups. With the Page of Cups, I'm going to kind of scooch this off to the side because I feel like now we need more space because more cards are jumping out. Okay, so let's see. These two go together. Put this guy over here. Okay, so let's go in with these message cards and kind of go one by one here. What does pile 3's person want to say about themselves with this 8 of Wands? What do they want to tell my pile 3 viewers? Your intellect arouses me. So I do feel like this person with this 8 of Wands intuitively would tell you that maybe they're doing a lot of traveling in their life right now. They might actually, if you guys are at a distance from this person, they may actually be considering traveling to come and see you because they do have reconciliation with you very heavy on their mind. I am getting that song in my head by SZA called Good Days. You've been heavy on my mind. Can you get the heck out? Okay. Like I feel like this person is really thinking about you a lot. I think that this person would tell you that they are in a place in their life where they have been traveling, they have been infusing more passion and excitement into their life. And I think that this person would tell you that they're very, very passionate about having conversations with you. Something about your intelligence is really attractive to this person. It makes them feel really passionate. It makes them feel really stimulated, really excited. I think especially, I mean, they see you as, they would tell you that, we're going to get to this in a second, but I do feel for some of you guys that they see you as this Queen of Swords, where it's like, you're someone who is not afraid to express the truth of how you feel or how you see something. You're not afraid to hold someone accountable. You're very intelligent. You know, you could talk to them about anything. They would really want to tell you that. So what does this person want to tell you about this connection with the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Swords energy? What would they tell you about this connection? What do they want to say? I wonder how you feel. I do think that this person is still in a lot of pain about this connection. There's a stormy energy that I'm getting here with this 3 of Swords. And with the Queen of Swords right next to it, I do feel like maybe there was some exchange in communication between the both of you in the past that felt very hurtful to this person. It felt like a harsh truth was delivered to this person. They felt maybe cut off by you in in a lot of instances, and they're not over it yet, is what I would say. I think that they still have a lot of healing to do from the situation. Because when they think about this connection, they're thinking about heartbreak. When they're thinking about this connection, they're thinking about some sort of harsh truth that was spoken to them or between the both of you. And I think because of this, they are, you're heavy on their mind, like the song. Like, they wonder how you feel. I think for some of you, maybe you may have cut this person off with the Queen of Swords being here. And it really hurt this person. And I'm sure that if those of you that resonate with that, you did it for good reason. But regardless of the reason, it was hurtful to this person, and they're curious about, they would say they wonder how you feel about them. It's kind of interesting too with this Queen of Swords. I'm really being drawn to the tattoo that says Regina on it. It's giving Regina George energy from Mean Girls. So I think there's something about this connection where they might tell you, maybe they thought you were a little mean to them for some. So let's see. Clarifying this Knight of Cups. What does this person want to say about you, my viewer? What do they want to tell you? What do they want to tell you about yourself? I don't know what comes next. I daydream about a life with you. You're heavy on their mind, you guys, like the song. And what I would say is, I think that this person would tell you that they have a lot of love for you, that they really care about you, that they would like to be able to express to you how they feel. Because I think that this person is ultimately really wanting to clear the air with you. There's a lot of confusion about where you stand. There is this element of them wanting to get to the truth, to get to the heart of this matter, even if it's just for closure purposes, I'm hearing. I think that this person would also tell you that they see you as being really beautiful, really attractive, that you're someone that just kind of has it all together, You're someone who is really stylish in the way you present yourself. Like, there's something about your aesthetic that I think this person would want to tell you that they admire. And I do think that regardless of what happened here with this connection with the Queen of Swords, I do think this person knows that you have a really loving and compassionate side to you as well. But they aren't sure where this connection is going, and I feel like they are mustering up the courage to tell you that they want to reconnect here and maybe ask you about things to clear the air. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to pull a few more cards here. What else does this person want to say to you? Okay. Placeholder. I think this person would tell you that whoever or whatever they've been engaging in since the two of you have split or been apart has not really been ultimately what they want. It's been things that they are engaging in to fill a gap. Placeholder energy is connecting with someone for now, or doing this thing for now, traveling for now, to hold the place of what they really want. Okay? Let's continue. What else does this person want to say to pile 3? Exclusive relationship. This person wants an exclusive relationship with you, pile 3. If you have seen them on social media or whatever, if you've seen them out and they've been with someone else, this person is not who they want. This person is a placeholder. They would tell you that they want an exclusive relationship with you. I think that this person is wanting to really understand how you would feel about that. Okay. Let's see for pile number 3. What does this person want to say? true love. Yeah, I mean, they would tell you that they love you, that they see you as this really loving, caring person. They really have a lot of love for you. But a part of them doubts it with wishful thinking at the bottom of the deck. I think this person had to have done something really not great to you, pile 3. Because I definitely am picking up on the energy of someone who is like a little bit like low-key afraid to talk to you because it feels like they have been cut off. Okay? They might be thinking about the situation also with just like a little bit of rose-colored glasses here with wishful thinking. And look, underneath of this, we also have travel, and we do have therapy session, and we also have could be your person. Sorry, my mic wiring is all up in the way. So, I think that there's a lot of indication here for you guys that this person is wanting a little bit more. They want to talk to you about maybe a higher level of commitment. They want to talk to you about traveling somewhere, traveling to you, you traveling to them, maybe trying to work things out on a deeper level with you. So I want to look and see here to close us out with these love block oracle cards. Let's see what this person, like what is kind of blocking them from expressing how they are feeling and telling you what they want to say. We have love sucks. You have stopped believing in love. Let yourself heal so you can be open again. I think that this person is just still heartbroken and like distraught from whatever went down in this connection. Okay. And they have maybe a little bit of a negative mindset around expressing and opening up to you. This person 100% still needs to heal from whatever happened between the both of you. I also think for some of you, this person does have like a substance issue. That's something they need to be working out as well. I'm not necessarily seeing that for everyone, but it is kind of like worrying that this person would be relying on alcohol in order to get the courage up to talk to you, you know? So I want to look to see with my viewer for pile 3, what do they need to be aware of with regard to their own energy and how they're showing up to this connection? We have comparison. Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are. So I feel for you guys, there's a need to kind of release the past. And that can be hard, especially if somebody has hurt you. But there's something coming up here about comparing this person to either someone from your past or comparing this person to the past version of themselves instead of allowing them to show you who they are today. So let's see. What does pile 3 need to know about this connection in general as we close out the reading? We have unsocial. You need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone. I feel like that's both of you guys. Yeah, I mean, for you guys, my viewer, like, it might be good for you to get out there, connect with some new people. We also have stuck in the past. Let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. Yeah, I think that for my viewers here, there's a lot of indication of needing to kind of move away from the past. So if this is your ex or someone that you had a history with, it might be time to kind of start thinking about letting go of them, kind of energetically separating yourself from this situation because it's blocking you from being able to go out and meet new love, attract new love in your life. Now, for those of you that are still wanting to like engage with this person or reconcile with them, then the same message applies just a little bit differently. There's a need to release the past. You know, like you can't welcome this person into your life with open arms and really move into a new love, a recommitment to love with them if you're going to hold on to whatever happened in the past, right? So a clean slate might be needed here if you're wanting to get back together with this person. So, pile 3, this was a really interesting reading. I would love to hear from you in the comments what is going on with this person and what aspects of this message resonated with it. If you're not already, definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.